CBS 3 Eyewitness News at 6.
The dad didn't know what to do. He kept walking back and forth, screaming, crying, dropping, holding the baby.
An accident on this street leaves behind a mangled car and a 1-year-old critically hurt. Good evening, I'm Mary Stoker-Smith. Investigators say the impact from that crash threw the child and his parents from inside the car. It is a story that is still developing at this hour. CBS 3's Ben Cimino is live at the scene in Germantown. Ben.
And Mary, that family of 3 already rushing to the hospital, witnesses said, because the 1-year-old baby boy was having seizures. They were heading here down Shoe Avenue southbound when their car lost control, striking the van you see here. The fender is on the sidewalk. The car then coming to a rest between a white retaining wall and a tree. A witness tells us she'll never forget the sound of that family flying out of the car and hitting the pavement.
All I could see was the baby. That's all I could think. That's all I could keep playing in my head was the baby flying in the air and smacking that ground.
Beside this crumpled black car, a pink circle marks the spot on the street where a 1-year-old baby landed. Police say that baby was thrown out of the car along with 2 others in a violent crash.
The mom flew out the passenger door first. The baby came flying out second, and the dad came flying out third.
From her front porch, Tiffany Jackson saw it all happen. The car was heading south on Shoe Avenue at Washington Lane when it lost control for some reason, smashing this parked van and going airborne. When
it was on its way down, it smacked the tree. And I'm guessing that might have been what tossed them out the vehicle.
Police do not believe anyone was wearing a seatbelt, and speed may have been a factor. The driver, believed to be the baby's father, was the only one conscious.
He jumped up and grabbed the baby. He started screaming, "Oh my God, I was rushing her to the hospital." He said the baby was having a seizure.
Jackson says she rushed to help. A trail of blood leads to her front door.
It's a horrible sight. A lot of blood, a lot of blood. Baby wasn't moving, wasn't crying, wasn't screaming. And if they make it to me, it'll be a miracle. Because I heard the baby smack the ground.
And it was a bystander that drove the father and the baby boy to the hospital. The father expected to be okay. The mother and the baby, though, were told in extremely critical condition tonight. We're live in Germantown. I'm Ben Cimino, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Ben, thank you. President Bush says he's lost a dear friend. Former White House Press Secretary Tony Snow has died of colon cancer. CBS News reporter Susan Roberts says he's being remembered for his passion on the job.
That's one of those moments, if Dan Quayle said that, would that be headline news?
The death of conservative commentator and former White House Press Secretary Tony Snow early Saturday has saddened those who occupy the corridors of power in Washington.
He touched a lot of people, not just here at the White House, but across America and around the world.
Snow left work at Fox News Channel and Fox News Radio in May 2006 to serve as press secretary under President Bush. He was known for his humor, wit, and tendency to challenge and spar with reporters during White House briefings.
The Palestinians are not being bankrupted, Helen. What's happening, as you know, is that there is the Hamas is a terrorist organization.
Snow only worked as press secretary for 17 months, a tenure interrupted when Snow left to fight his second bout with colon cancer. He resigned last September. 6 months later, CNN hired him as a commentator. But it was his time at the podium that will be remembered most.
When Tony Snow came to the White House, it was really like a big burst of fresh energy that we all needed.
President Bush released this statement about the death. The Snow family has lost a beloved husband and father, and America has lost a devoted public servant and a man of character. Snow's friends say they'll remember him as a devoted family man who valued his wife and kids above his powerful career.
I get the best gift imaginable every evening when I walk through the door after work and 3 youngsters race my way, calling out the name I cherish most, Daddy.
Tony Snow was 53 years old. In Washington, Susan Roberts, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Tony Snow's death is a reminder of the deadly threat of colon cancer. The Mayo Clinic says 112,000 people are diagnosed with colon cancer every year. Risk factors can include older age, a history of colon polyps, as well as a family history of colon cancer. Treatments range from radiation to drugs and surgery. Doctors recommend people with significant risk factors get screened for colon cancer. Our coverage of Tony Snow's death continues online at CBS3.com. Also, the CBS Evening News will have much more on Snow's life coming up at 6:30. President Bill Clinton is in Philadelphia to give the keynote address at the National Governors Association Conference. The former president's speech kicked off the four-day meeting at the Kimmel Center this afternoon. The association was formed 100 years ago after President Theodore Roosevelt met with him to discuss conserving energy. Clinton says it's still a top issue all these years later.
And he was absolutely certain that the challenges could not be met unless the states did their part and were the laboratories of democracy.
Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell is hosting the conference. He says funding bridge, highway, and mass transit projects are also at the top of the agenda for most governors.
We hope that some real far-reaching policies and vision will come from this meeting, and an examination of the roles of states and the federal government together will produce tangible results and benefits.
After sessions on Monday, Governor Rendell will become the association's new chairman. The reward for information in the death of an aspiring teacher has climbed to $35,000. 23-year-old Bo Zabel was shot in the neck as he walked home from work on June 15th. This is surveillance video of a person of interest seen walking near the murder scene in South Philadelphia. If you know anything about the case, you're asked to call police. A Philadelphia Fairmount Parks worker found slacking off is expected to lose his job. Thomas Nace was caught tending to personal business during 27 of his 40-hour work week. He has been suspended without pay with intent to dismiss. Mayor Michael Netter says he hopes this will serve as a warning to others who conduct personal business on city time. Well, it is a star-studded celebration in Philadelphia. Hip-hop legend Charlie Mack is throwing a party for peace. But as CBS 3's Leslie Van Arsdale tells us, all the fun serves as an important cause.
Charlie Mack's 5th annual Party for Peace is much more than just a party.
We're partying with a purpose. We party a lot, but I'm saying, again, for me, everything that I do has to have a purpose to it. And again, this is just another way for kids and for the community to interact outside their box with people that they believe or they see being successful.
Somebody help me, I'm here to help you.
With celebrities visiting the Philadelphia Youth Center to lend their star power and hopefully send a message.
And I get to talk to them as a real person and not in character, you know, if it touches anybody or affects or, you know, changes anything. And you know, I'm just here to help out. Even if I could just help one, that's a benefit for me.
The goal to raise awareness and money for organizations looking to stop the violence. As part of Charlie Mack's weekend, dozens of volunteers spent the day cleaning up a neighborhood rec center. CBS 3's Yuki Washington there to lend a helping hand.
Uh-oh, come on, boy.
You're hired. The events will continue all weekend long, ending with the celebrity basketball tournament and efforts to set a great example for the youth of the city.
We try to stop the violence for our young ones and the older ones to stop the guns and killing. Our neighborhood hasn't been peaceful through the years, so now we have to make it peaceful and stop the murders and stop the violence.
Reporting in Cobbs Creek, Leslie Van Arsdale, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
And elsewhere, the Dalai Lama is being greeted by peaceful protesters on his third day of his historic visit to the Lehigh Valley. The Tibetan leader is lecturing for 6 days at Lehigh University. He's discussing the great treatise on the stages of the Path to Enlightenment, a 600-year-old Tibetan Buddhist text. The Dalai Lama received the Nobel Peace Prize back in 1989. People in Camden are getting a lesson in health. CBS 3 at the WTMR studios on Mount Ephraim Avenue. The religious talk radio station partnered with Bethel Deliverance Church to provide screenings for high blood pressure, diabetes, HIV, and breast cancer.
Just a way to reach out to the community, bring awareness, self-awareness to people, and to be able to reach out and reach them in every level of life.
Cooper and Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital were among the agencies offering valuable health information. A second close call at one of America's busiest airports. The major overhaul now underway at New York's JFK after a near collision. Carol?
The weather is causing no problems so far this weekend, but a front is approaching, and that may change things.
Ahead in sports, the Soul are headed to the Arena Bowl. Highlights of their blowout win against the Gladiators coming up. And name your price for a piece of music history. See what's for sale from the estate of the Godfather of Soul.
You're watching CBS 3 Eyewitness News, live in HD. You're watching CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
The California wildfires have claimed a life. Police found a charred body in what was left of a burned-out home in Butte County. It was one of 50 homes destroyed by the wildfires this week. Investigators say the house was included on the mandatory evacuation list. Flames are still far from under control in that area. Firefighters are settled off controlled burns to try and contain the fires. So far, the flames have claimed more than 49,000 acres. 300 homes are still in danger. That's a sharp drop from earlier. The FAA is changing takeoff and landing procedures at New York's JFK Airport following another close call between two planes. They came within a half mile of slamming into each other on Friday. The urgency of the close call can be heard on the air traffic control audio tape.
792, no, I want you to make a right turn heading one. All right, Cayman 792, just to maintain 1,000, please. I need a left turn, a quick left turn, a left turn.
This was the second close call at JFK Airport in a week. Here's your chance to own a little piece of history from the music business. More than 300 items from the James Brown estate will sell at Christie's auction house in New York City this Thursday. Among the finds, his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame award, flashy costumes from famous performances, and furniture from his South Carolina home. The music legend died in 2006. Take a look at this. Fairmount is going French. How about that? CBS 3 at the Bastille Day Street Festival, where visitors traveled back centuries to celebrate France's independence. Luckily, no storming, though, over this Bastille celebration. It was just a picture-perfect day. Great day out there to walk around.
Yeah, you know, and we needed a weekend without showers and thunderstorms.
Yeah.
We've had them for weeks now, but finally we got a little bit of a break on that, and I hope you're enjoying that. So many people are at the shore. I want to take you right now where it's a little cooler. We had a high temperature of 89 degrees here in Philadelphia today, but it's only 72 right now at Morey's Pier in Wildwood, and you can see them having a great time there. A little bit of a sea breeze, and that's why you are looking at conditions that are cooler there than they are elsewhere. A few other little shore towns for you. This one in Delaware, 72 degrees, winds out of the southeast 10, so obviously another reason you've got a sea breeze there, that your temperatures are cooler in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and in Cape May you are looking at 69 degrees and a beautiful, beautiful day. Our temperatures around here, they're nice, and Mega Doppler 3 not picking up any precipitation at all, so we've got very dry conditions. We're going to keep it dry here today and probably most of the day tomorrow, if not all of the day. Let's take a look right now at the temperatures, and we have 87 out at the airport again after our high of 89. 87 in Trenton, 84 in Wilmington, 86 degrees in Millville, 79 in the Poconos. Clear skies, don't you love it? We are looking at a front, however, that's going to be approaching the area. It's not going to be here most of the day tomorrow, so you'll be fine with your outdoor plans. Things just staying pretty warm. The humidity will start to pick up a little bit. Then maybe showers and some storms late on Sunday night, and then cooler weather is going to be coming in. Actually, more than cooler, just the humidity down. So you'll notice a change in the air mass. It'll feel cooler, though the temperatures won't be showing that dramatic a change by the time we get to Tuesday. So something to look forward to there. Now, if you want to know about clouds and precipitation and when we're likely to get that, well, here is the clock. The clouds, of course, in white. The green would be the rain. And as we put this into motion, by the time we get to 7:30 tomorrow morning, you may find some fog out there, but you're probably not going to be finding any precipitation unless you go well back to the west. This is where the front is located. And as we go through the day on Sunday, we're dry around here, sunshine in the afternoon, but we do watch this front start to move toward the area at least. And by the time we get to 1 a.m. on Monday, some clouds here, chance of getting some showers. And this computer model believes that we keep general cloud cover over us, though there is also a chance of getting a shower or a thunderstorm Monday morning and again Monday afternoon. So just a little bit unsettled as that front kind of sags into the area, and more cloud cover on Monday than you'll find on Sunday. The other thing that we've been watching for a week now is Bertha. She's approaching barely Bermuda. The winds right now are stationary. She's about 210 miles to the southeast of Bermuda, barely hanging on to the hurricane category at 75 miles an hour, the top winds. So just watching for this as it just kind of meanders here. Doesn't look like it's going to be getting too much in the way of strengthening. Everybody out in Bermuda is happy about that. But along here, we're actually watching Bertha for the 3 to 4 foot swells that you may be seeing along the coastal areas. Watch for that tomorrow as well. and a moderate rip risk does continue at the shore. Ocean temperatures coming up a little bit, 62, 65 degrees, air temperature 82 degrees tomorrow. For us here tonight, 64 to 67 degrees, mainly clear, maybe some overnight fog as well, which you may be encountering first thing tomorrow morning. Another warm day, 88 degrees tomorrow, a lot more humid as well. So make sure you stay cool, and also make sure that your pets are kept cool in this hot weather. As far as the 5-day forecast is concerned, we're looking at temperatures pretty much that are going to be staying in the 80s as we go through the next couple of days. But by the time we hit Wednesday and Thursday, oh dear, they're back, the 90s.
Oh dear,
Yes.
there they come.
There they are again.
So warned. Jamie Smith is here to tell us a championship could be on the way for Philadelphia.
Well, it's been a long time, 1983, but the Philadelphia Soul are now one game away from doing what no major Philadelphia sports team has done since, well, breakdancing was cool. That was a long time ago. At the Wachovia Center today, well, this dance was never really cool. On the field, the team didn't have much trouble with Cleveland in the conference championship game. This put the Soul up by 2 touchdowns, and they never looked back. Then in the third quarter, we have one of the highlights of the year, folks. Take a look at this. Watch Soul's kick returner, Mike Brown. He leaps right over the kicker. He goes in for a 57-yard touchdown. We got to take a look at this again. Whoops! Right over the kicker. The Soul win the National Conference trophy. They go on now to the Arena Bowl in a couple of weeks.
There's no letdown in sight. We went into this season after we met at John Bon Jovi's house up in North Jersey after last year's loss to Georgia. We set the plan. We made all the changes we needed to make. We put those changes in place. Our goal was one, win the world championship. We have one more step to do that. We have not achieved our goal yet, but we're going to.
We battled last year. We finally have the horses to do it. Now we got to take care of business. One more game, and one more game on the road. We've got to get it done.
Philly's trying to get it done right now at the ballpark. They are hosting Arizona. All-star Chase Utley is getting the day off, and the D-backs are feasting right now on Adam Eaton and the Phils. Shane Victorino does have 2 dingers off of Randy Johnson, but right now the Fightins are down 10-4 in the 8th inning. Last night, it took 12 innings to finish off the Phillies' comeback. Jason Worth knocked in So Taguchi for the winning run. It took 4 hours and 7 pitchers for the Phils to beat the D-backs, but they sent the sellout crowd home happy. The Packers don't seem happy with their quarterback, Brett Favre. They said no to their now unretiring quarterback today. Favre requested a release from Green Bay yesterday so he can play for another team. But the Packers GM told Brett today they'll welcome him back to Lambeau Field for another season, but only as a backup. The front office says the team has moved on since the 38-year-old quarterback tearfully retired 4 months ago. Looks like a trade could be in the works, but a Hall of Fame athlete should go out on a high note. That's what another Hall of Famer tells CBS 3.
You know, the thing that's disappointing about Brett Favre is, you know, you see a bunch of old guys keep trying to hang on, and all we're trying to do is have one more good year. He had a great year, because when you get old and can't play anymore, you say to yourself, well, I can't leave on a bad year. And you keep trying to have one more good year, but your body's too old. And he hit the lottery. He had a great year. And you're hoping a guy retires on a great year before he sucks. And I wish he would.
No one says it quite like Sir Charles, and you can certainly hear more from Barkley tomorrow night on The Zone. Also, Don Bell interviews Sixers GM Ed Stefanski about Elton Brand, and former Philly Tyler Green talks baseball as we head to the All-Star break.
Nobody says it like Chuck.
Isn't he great? That's all we had to say.
It says it like it is, right?
Hear more from him tomorrow night.
Thanks, Jamie. Coming up, a special delivery. Meet the adorable little elephant now making her debut at the Pennsylvania Zoo.
Eyewitness Cam. When you're an eyewitness to news, log on to CBS3.com and upload or email your pictures.
Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on CBS 3. The Unit starts at 8 o'clock. Then at 9, a special 2-hour edition of 48 Hours Mystery. And we'll be back with all the day's news on CBS 3 Eyewitness News at 11. Well, the newest member of the Pittsburgh Zoo's elephant family is making her big public debut. She's rather little, though. Meet Angelina. Visitors watched her walk around the elephant yard today. Newborn's mother, Nan, gave birth on Wednesday. Doctors say the family is bonding rather well. Another elephant at the zoo is expecting any day now. We'll be right back. That's Eyewitness News. I'm Mary Stoker-Smith. For Carol, Jamie, and all of us, great to have you with us tonight. We may be signing off on TV, but we are always online at CBS3.com. The CBS Evening News is next, and we'll see you right back here tonight at 11. Have a great night.